Actually, I have to admit, first of all, I congratulate everybody who is here because it's the first time during my 25 years in Israel that something starts on time. And congratulations to everybody who did it to the right time moment. Okay, I have to admit that the topic is extreme science, and since I do not understand exactly what does it mean, I'll give my interpretation of the things. And I'll be talking about the extreme science and how it's used in startups area, speaking from my personal experience in this area. So the question I want to raise, and is really science crucial for startups? As we know, there are two types of startups. One type, the first type, is the product orientation, just to invent some sort of product and then to use known technology to make this product happen and after it to sell. Another one is the technology oriented, just to bring the new technology and to improve the known products, the known ideas. These are two absolutely different types, and actually I cannot say which one of these two types is more successful. Both have their right to exist. So I want to ask you, what is common for these people you see on the screen? As you know, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and Bill Gates. Actually, what they have in common is just one thing. They are all dropouts. They didn't finish university, they didn't study to the end, and they didn't feel that they need some university knowledge. So Steve Jobs dropped out of Reed College. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard to pursue his love of poetry. Just kidding for Microsoft. Mark Zuckerberg left also Harvard and to invent the thing which is the one that spoils our life mostly, because we spend big time just in Facebook to live our social life. So since there are like 60% of those who are extremely successful in the startup area, so the question is, do we need science at all to succeed? Do we have to study at the universities? And my point here is that actually there are some kinds of startups which really need some knowledge, and that it's not completely waste of time to study at university and to make some scientific research. And I will do it based on my personal experience. So what extreme science can do for startups? First, it's you should, if you go for extreme science, you should try to revolutionize the industry. You should use science to achieve unbelievable performance. Go for the world records. Wherever you want to use science, you should understand the points it could be a breaking point, and just to go for a world record. And there, if you are in the world, you are getting world records in some technology, it will be a disruptive technology, and you will have hard time to persuade VCs, venture capitalists, to do, because they are not used to it. And first of all, it's risk for venture capitals, so you should expect it's impossible, and you should make another impossible thing. You should somehow convince those who give money, investors, that your breakthrough is a real breakthrough, because it's not what they're used to see. Much less percentage of startups is based on the technology in comparison with the product-oriented. But here the problem is that you should not stop at the point of the scientific proof. You should somehow convert it to a product which will be better than what you are seeing in the market. Okay, it's my personal hero from the movie, maybe Back to the Future. If you remember, I like very much the guy and try to be as close to him as possible, but not always successful. So what are my personal scientific records? So I'll be talking about 3 of them. It's new technology for increasing the density of flash memories. I worked for many years in M systems and then in SanDisk for the developing technologies for increasing the density of the memories, and I'll tell you in more details later. It's new technology for improvement of quality of displays, which is implemented in StoreDot. New technology for super fast charging of batteries for mobile devices, which we implement now in the company called StoreDot. And new technology for increasing throughput of satellite communication channels, which is implemented by a new company I'm running, which is called SoFun. It's so fun to have some breakthrough technology. So several words about each of them. The first one is the multi-level cell NAND flash technology, where the standard was just using the 2 levels of the voltage in the flash memory devices. In 2005, we went for 16 levels. So meaning just that there are 4 bits per cell in the memories, and everybody told it's impossible, that it's scientific fantastic. But in 2007, my M Systems, 2006 it was announced, M Systems announced the X4 technological breakthrough, and just having 16 levels, meaning 4 bits per cell in the memories, and this 2 gigabyte device was really produced, but it was never sold because SanDisk acquired M Systems mainly because of this project and just to avoid competition. And the acquisition led to some new developments in this field, but never again somebody went with 16 levels of voltage, and I believe it will stay as a perpetual world record which will not be beaten. This happened in 2007. So another one is a StoreDot story, which goes back to some technology which uses the nanodots or organic nanodots, and we are able to do it from some chemical process related to the organic amino acids, peptides actually, and there is some process we have invented to stop the process of self-assembly, which gives these nanodots. Sounds very scientific, but it turns out that they may be converted in a sense to some devices, and these are unique. It's the smallest nanodots in the world, another world record for the science, for the extreme science. It's only 2 nanometers and they're completely uniform. What does it give? It gives, we develop in StoreDots, there are 2 products, flexible display and next generation battery. I do not have time to talk about the displays, but the battery, it's what we expect to have the breakthrough in the market of the batteries for mobile devices in 2 years. I have a promise that your device, smartphone device, will be charged in less than a minute, and it will change completely the paradigm of using the mobile devices, since you'll be charging your telephone everywhere, in the streets, in the cafes, in public transportation, but everywhere you'll have a possibility to charge your device just in the eye blink time, and this will allow you to, let's say, to use much more heavy applications on your mobile devices and not to be afraid that your device will run out of the battery. And the next, and probably the last in my talk, is the satellite communications. There are some standards developing, DVB-S, DVB-S2, we've gained over 30% over the first standards. Just now there is a new standard, DVB-SX, which is in the process of the development, and here we come with the new world record. We are improving this new technology, which is to be introduced as a standard, by another 10–25% of the throughput, which means that if you decide to buy some bandwidth to transmit 10 TV channels, then we come to you and we just propose that in the same bandwidth you paid $1 million in a month. In the same bandwidth you'll be able to deliver 12 channels, so 13 channels in the same bandwidth as it was used for the 10 channels. And we are now in the process of development, and it will be in half a year there will be a product which will allow such the improvement of in the satellite communications. So we are arriving at the conclusion. So I'm trying to prove with my personal experience that what became just a golden standard in the high-tech industry, in the startups, just talking about only products, new ideas using the existing technologies, that there is another way of thinking, and it's that if you are good in science, you may try to be good in high-tech, in startup area, and if you are in the extreme of the science, it will definitely help you to promote your case. So there is no harm in studying some science, and don't drop out of the university. There are some examples you are not necessarily supposed to follow. So if you drop out, still you have chances to succeed. Thank you.